Okay, so we are on part 3 of building your TED Talk. I found a quote here from a book about this, and so I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it over here under my copy quotes. So I've got at least 3. When I eventually do it, I'll add more. And so I'm going to talk about how do I want to organize my 3 main points. So you're just going to decide how you want to organize it. So maybe anti-racism is a big topic, so maybe I'm going to narrow it down to 3 things, which is I'm going to talk about the definition. I'm going to talk about the criminalization. And I'm going to put in parentheses mass incarceration and police shootings. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to talk about what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to make a note to myself that we can vote, we can speak up for anti-racist policies, and I'll look for some, advice on that. Okay. So I've got my ideas of how I want to organize it. So down here, this is your outline. So you're going to fill this in with your research. Okay. So I already know that my purpose statement is up here. So that's just to remind you of your purpose statement. Okay. So you just basically copy and paste it. So you remember like why I'm doing this. What's the why behind the what? Okay. So you're just going to kind of paste that down here. Your attention getter is something that you want to do to capture their attention. So maybe I'll say something like, when people are called racist, they get very defensive, but it's not enough to be just not racist. We have to be actively anti-racist. Okay, so I get your attention by asking a question like, have you ever been called racist? Okay, so that's an attention getter. It captures our attention. Maybe I'll talk about why we get defensive instead of trying to learn what we can do to help bring about change. Okay, and then I put my thesis down here that it is not enough to be not racist. We must be actively anti-racist. Okay. So we're going to do that. Okay. And then my previous statement is just, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to organize that. And I'm going to copy and say, I'm going to give you the definition. I'm going to give you the definition. Honey, that's too loud. You need to turn it down. Okay. Definition, criminalization, and what we can do. Okay. I'll probably also, even though you're only supposed to have 3 points, you can have more. I am going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, which is super important. Okay. So you can have as many points as you want, but the minimum is 3. Okay. So in the body, I'm going to just take what I did up here. So my first point is going to be the definition. I'm going to talk about it. And then I'm going to talk about the criminalization with police shootings and mass incarceration. Then I'm going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. Then I'm going to talk about what we can do. So I'm going to copy and paste my quotes from up here down into where they would go. Okay. So basically you take your organizing and you just put your quotes down there. Okay. So that's going to be the next part of what you do. So just organize your thoughts, put your research down into your first point, second point, third point. And that is the next part of your TED Talk.